Em primeiro lugar, quero agradecer ao PFL pela oportunidade que está me dando de estar fazendo esse combate aí. Vou estar fazendo uma grande luta com um atleta de alto nível e tenho certeza que vou proporcionar um bom combate ao PFL. E, pô, muito obrigado por estar participando desse evento aí e estar no meio com vocês aí, entre os campeões aí. Vou dar o meu melhor para poder dar um show pro evento e fazer um bom trabalho.
First of all, I'd like to thank PFL for the opportunity. It feels amazing to be here, surrounded by champions, current champions and future champions as well. It's going to be an amazing fight. I know that for sure. And best believe it's going to be an amazing way to ring up the new year.
David Valente, ladies and gentlemen. Now we will stick on this side of the table. A round of applause for Valente. And now we'll turn it over to Brendan Lucknane, who is actually from Manchester, England. I know he's a Manchester United supporter, also friends with Tyson Fury, outstanding world-class heavyweight. Brendan, for you to be fighting here in New York City against David Valente, you are not in the regular season in the playoff format just yet, but can you tell us about your excitement heading into your New Year's Eve showdown against Valente?
Yeah, I mean, this is the absolute mecca, not just for combat sports, for any kind of sport, any kind of activity at all, really. And to be sat amongst these savages here that have all gone through 5 fights, won 5 fights to get here, it's like, you know, these guys are at top level. And David's a great competitor. He's a great striker like myself. So you can expect fireworks.
Well, greatly appreciated. Brendan Loughnane, ladies and gentlemen, that one is can't miss. Now we will move up to the light heavyweight division. Emmanuel Osordi and Jordan Johnson, number 1 seed against a number 7 seed. This one is going to be a tremendous battle as we go ahead and we look at the likes of Jordan Johnson, 12-1, and really coming on as of late, doing a tremendous job. I mean, this guy doesn't shy away from any opponent. Joining us from the University of Iowa is Jordan Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the University of Iowa product with opening comments. Jordan?
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. Really excited, and let's do this.
All right, thank you very much to Jordan Johnson. A man, a few words. And Argentina, let's move over to Emiliano Sordi, who is from Argentina. You know, Argentina has a history of world-class boxers. You look at the likes of Sergio Martinez, Marcos Maidana, Lucas Matisse, but Sordi is a guy who is really putting MMA on the map in his home country of Argentina. He's 4-0. All of his finishes this season, 4 finishes this season. He's 21-8 overall, but he's undefeated this season. I mean, you look at what he's been able to do, a first-round submission, first-round TKO. This guy doesn't like to have fights go into the second round or more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the number 1 seed in the light heavyweight division, Emiliano Sordi. We have a translator as well.
Bom dia, gente. Para mim é uma honra, a verdade, ser o primeiro argentino a lutar pro título mundial do MMA. E a verdade, estou muito feliz de estar aqui no PFL, né?
It's an honor to be here with all you guys. Thanks for the opportunity. It's a great place to be able to showcase my work and put Argentina on the map when it comes to mixed martial arts.
Thank you very much to Emiliano Sordi, who is trying to really make a definitive statement for his home country of Argentina, and I know many of them will be watching on ESPN and ESPN Deportes as well. Now let's get to the featherweight championship. Well, we have a returning champion, Lance Palmer, who has just been tremendous on a tear, taking on Alex Gilpin. This is the 3rd time they are going to fight, and what I will tell you about this is that division rivals, guys who have a history with one another, you don't know what's going to happen because they are accustomed to one another. This man, 14-3, 2-2 this season, but he gets another opportunity. He's 0-2 against Lance Palmer, but as they say, 3rd time is the charm. He has looked tremendous, actually went ahead and finished off Andre Harrison by a ninja choke. Harrison had never been finished in his career, and Alex Gilpin was able to do that. Slick submission, very tough, gritty. Joins us, a former Texas State champion, also went ahead and wrestled for the University of Wisconsin, so he's a Badger as well. It's a Big Ten matchup, center stage here in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alex Gilpin. Alex, opening comments.
Yeah, man, it's an honor to be here. Had a different route to get here, to say the least, but also feel like I had the toughest route, in my biased opinion. But we got the world's fastest trilogy in MMA going on. It's time for me to do my part and change my life. So,
all right, thank you very much to Alex Gilpin. Lance Palmer, he has been tremendous here within the confines of the PFL, known as the Party, and he's looking to have a party of himself before New Year's Eve and the clock strikes midnight as we head towards 2020. What is better than $1 million? Well, $2 million. He won $1 million last year in trying to add to his bank account. I'm sure he's going to be transfixed also on Saturday as your Ohio State Buckeyes are in the national semifinals against Clemson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Lance Palmer.
I'm excited to be here again for the second season of PFL and the second championship in a row. So I'm going out there to look and do the same thing I did last year against a more than worthy and tough opponent. So I'm excited for it.
Greatly appreciate Lance Palmer, ladies and gentlemen, from the Ohio State University. Now the lightweight championship, another returning champion in Natan Schultz as he goes head-to-head against Loic Raджabов joining us. And with Raджabov, he has been tremendous. 6 knockouts, 4 submissions, 13-1-1 is his record. PFL record of 2-1-1 this season. Really looking to make a definitive statement. The number 7 seed. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Loic Raджabov with opening comments as he heads towards his matchup against Natan Schultz.
Assalamu alaikum. Loica Raджабов از تاجیکستان. ما برای این مبارزه که روز 31 دکبر میشه در تایلند 6 هفته اینا تمرین خود را گذاشتم. من برای تیارم ان شاء الله با باوری گفتم بهتون که روز 31 یک بای خوب نشان دیم.
Thank you everyone for the support. For this final, I was preparing very hard. I spent a lot of time in Thailand to get prepared, and I'm ready to show amazing and explosive fight on December 31st. Thank you once again for your support.
Greatly appreciate the time from Loic Raджabov. Now his opponent, the number 1 seed, Natan Schultz, who went ahead and became the youngest PFL champion last season at just the age of 26 years of age. You know, prior to him joining the PFL, he couldn't even afford a car. Well, now he can certainly do that, bought a house for his lovely wife, and continues in his era of dominance here within the PFL lightweight rankings. 19-3-1 is his record. He is 4-0 this season. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 seed and last season's lightweight champion. Here is Natan Schultz.
Português, I'm learning English, sorry guys. Eu estou muito feliz, eu acho que o PFL proporcionou isso aqui para mim, tá conseguindo lutar entre os melhores, fui campeão no passado, fiz por merecer, agradeço muito a Deus e ao PFL por toda essa oportunidade.
Extremely happy to be here. PFL has offered me the opportunity to battle against the very best, and I can only thank God and my coaches and you guys for me being here 2nd year in a row.
Greatly appreciate Natan Schultz, last year's lightweight champion, trying to become a 2-time champion and win another $1 million. Now on to the heavyweight division. Ali Asayev, number 5 seed against Jared Rolsholt, the number 7 seed. Rolsholt happens to be the winningest, a three-time NCAA champion before he went on to mixed martial arts. He has more wins than any heavyweight in Oklahoma State history. His record, 20 wins, 7 losses. He is 3-1 this season with the PFL. He was a semi-finalist last season. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the durable, the tough, the gritty Jared Rosholt.
It's an incredible opportunity to be here. Very thankful to be in the position that I'm in. I just want to thank the PFL for the opportunity and stuff. This is incredible. You know, I fought a lot of places and been at other organizations, and this one's, you know, at the top. They're the best. Thank you.
Greatly appreciate Jared Rosholt, ladies and gentlemen. You know he will bring his best and bring the fight to Ali Asayev. Now we will turn it over to Asayev, number 5 seed, actually defeated the number 1 seed, Denis Golstov, with 1 second remaining by TKO. Really came on those final moments. And the thing about the heavyweights is all it takes is 1 moment and the fight can be over. And this man is so indicative of that. He's undefeated, 8-0. He's 4-0 this season within the PFL. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Dagestan, Russia, Ali Asayev.
I'm very honored to be here. I'm ready. I'm very stoked to face my opponent on the 31st, and we started the business, and it's time to finish it.
Thank you very much to Ali, ladies and gentlemen. And now we'll move on to the welterweights. The welterweight championship, David Michaud, number 5 seed, against Ray Cooper III, the number 6 seed. When you talk about fights that are can't miss, all of these fights are tremendous. But styles make fights, and these two guys are going to go to battle against one another. David Michaud and Ray Cooper III. We'll talk about the number 6 seed, Ray Cooper III, who was in the final last year, and I feel like he brought all of Hawaii with him in the process, as this place was rocking with plenty of Hawaiian mixed martial arts fans. He is so exciting, entertaining. He's just 26 years of age and doesn't shy away from who he is as a fighter. Always in condition, always in tip-top shape, always trying to learn, and never gets deterred, coming off of a very impressive second-round knockout over Chris Curtis, who is so durable and tough and gritty, and he was able to put him out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the number 6 seed and trying to win the welterweight championship. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ray Cooper III.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you to the PFL, Pete Murray, Don Davis, and Ray Sheffer for giving us the opportunity to fight here. And yeah, just ready to go on with that Tuesday. And yeah, thank you.
Ray Cooper III, everybody. Don't let him go ahead, and he does plenty of his talking inside the PFL cage. Let's move over to his opponent, David Michaud, with a 3-1 record this season. Overall, he's 18-5, 9 knockouts, 5 submissions to his credit. David Michaud started off the season. He lost to Sadi Bousai, but came back and has really looked impressive, and he brings forth his best. He's a high striking fighter, and really, you know, he's going to be right in front of Ray Cooper III. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the number 5 seed, David Michaud.
Hey guys, you know, happy to be here, happy to be in the finals, but really, there's not much to say. We're gonna do our talking in the cage, so check us out on Tuesday night.
David Michaud, ladies and gentlemen. All of these fights could very well be the main event, but there was only one main event on New Year's Eve on ESPN2, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific time, as we have Kayla Harrison, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist who is trying to become the lightweight champion of the world, against Larissa Pacheco. They fought before, and Harrison was victorious by unanimous decision earlier in the season. But they get another opportunity to go at it inside the PFL cage. It is going to be a dynamic matchup. There has been, to my knowledge, this is the first major mixed martial arts promotion in the world to have a lightweight women's world champion. So history is going to be made on New Year's Eve here in New York City at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Let's welcome a lady, 13 wins, 3 losses. Of her 13 victories, she has 12 finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Brazilian Larissa Pacheco.
Estou muito feliz de estar aqui representando o Brasil, sendo representante das mulheres também, fazendo a luta principal. Vamos com tudo, eu estou preparada, venho para cá para ganhar, e é isso aí.
Extremely happy to be here representing women, representing my country of Brazil. I came out here to win. You guys will see it on Tuesday night.
Thank you very much to Larissa Pacheco. And now her opponent. When it comes to fighters that have superstar written all over them, this woman has that. She trains with an incredible camp. American top team Mike Brown, who used to be former world champion with the WEC. He's been around for a long, long time, and he's made a transition from not only being a world-class fighter, but being a world-class coach. Kayla Harrison, 2-time gold medalist. She won it in 2012, came back in 2016, and she's taking the mixed martial arts world by storm. She is one of those fighters who has crossover appeal in a variety of different directions. Undefeated, 6-0. Of her 6 victories, she has 5 finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 seed, please welcome Kayla Harrison.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone, for being here. You know, I'm excited. I think everyone here is excited. We don't want to do a lot of talking. We're here to make history, to shatter ceilings, and I'm here to bring some more gold back to ATT.
Thank you very much to Kayla Harrison. Now we're going to ask some of the fighters some questions. With Jordan Johnson, we'll start off with him as he takes on Emiliano Sordi. Jordan, tell us about how you feel you are going to be able to have the advantage and what you're trying to expose out of Sordi without giving away too much of your game plan as you get set for New Year's Eve.
Just to keep it simple, I'm just going to go do what I do, and that's it.
Can you tell us about how good you feel fighting within the PFL ranks? You know, you did a great job in other organizations, but now it seems like you've really found your home here with PFL.
Yeah, I love the PFL. I love being here. I had my first loss here. That was, a learning experience, and I came back and I revenged that loss and had it's just, I don't know, man, it's been great. I've been in different organizations, and the format I really love. I love it. You know when you're going to fight, you're guaranteed X amount of fights. As long as you do your job, you can continue to fight and make money. And so I love it.
It seems like you get, the one thing about PFL, and you can go ahead and elaborate on this, is that they give you opportunity. It's not subjective. You know, if you win X, if you win this fight and you get this amount of points, then you will be where you are in line to fight for the world title.
Yeah, I love that. That was one thing that was frustrating in other organizations was, your work didn't necessarily move you ahead in the sport, and with the PFL, they give you a fair shake. Like I said, you show up, you do your job, you win, you move on, you continue to make money. So I love it.
Thank you very much to Jordan Johnson. We'll turn our attention to Emiliano Sordi. Emiliano, how important, how big would a victory for Argentina, if you were to win the world title? Argentina, as we talked about, known for having rich tradition in terms of world champions in boxing, but for you, you can really help to set forth and be a trendsetter as being a world champion within the PFL ranks for mixed martial arts in Argentina?
Qual seria a importância dessa vitória para a Argentina, você sendo o primeiro campeão do país, a importância para você e para o país?
Para mim vai ser bem importante porque vai para motivar muitas novas gerações, não? Que vêm de lutadores que acham que é impossível ser o campeão mundial do MMA. A verdade, a Argentina acha que é impossível ser lutador, né? Ainda. E se eu consigo o título, vai ser muito legal, não? Para as novas crianças que vêm atrás, né? Que vai, não sei, tentar imitar, mas ele vai tentar chegar também. Ele vai ver que tem um caminho para chegar.
It would break ceilings. It would incentivize new generations. It would, as of now, Argentina not only doesn't believe that you can't have an MMA champion, but they also believe that you can't be a fighter. You can't be a professional fighter. So me coming back and bringing this belt back home and showing people that not only you can be a fighter, but you can be a champion, you can make $1 million. That's what I strive to do here.
Well, greatly appreciate Emiliano Sordi. And now we're going to open it up. We have a lot of media members in attendance. If you have any questions for any of the fighters up here that will be fighting on New Year's Eve, the PFL Championship 2019 on New Year's Eve on ESPN2, 7 o'clock Eastern. Do not miss it. If the media has any questions for our fighters, by all means, they are available right now. If you have a question, raise your hand and we will have the microphone come out and come to you.
This question's for Kayla and Larissa. Your fight to start this season off, Kayla, you won the fight, but it didn't quite go as well as you would have hoped. What did you learn from that fight that you applied throughout the rest of the season, and what did you both learn from the fight that you expect to apply to this bout?
Yeah, I think a lot went into our first fight. You know, it was a last-minute opponent change. The day before I became the main event because Magomed got sick. It was kind of a little chaotic. And I'm still really green in the sport of MMA, so I would definitely say I didn't take Larissa as seriously as I should have. She's an amazing fighter. She's, you know, been fighting much longer than me since she was just a kid. She's a very game opponent. She's good everywhere. But the strides that I've made since May, the ground that I've covered, it's exponential. And you can't stop me. You know what I'm going to do. You can try and stop it, but there's not going to be any stopping me. And 3 rounds was bad for her. Imagine 5 rounds of this.
And Larissa, what did you learn from that first fight that you'll be able to apply this week?
Na primeira luta, a gente pegou a luta em cima da hora e eu acho que nenhuma de nós estávamos preparadas uma para a outra. Eu principalmente não, vinha de um tempo parada, mas dessa vez eu vim embalando o ano inteiro com grandes lutas, vou para minha 4ª luta e isso me deixa num ritmo de treino muito melhor. Ela é uma grande atleta, eu não a subestimei em momento nenhum, não brinquei em momento nenhum e dessa vez vai ser para decisão. Eu não vou brincar também. Eu estou preparada agora, sei que ela também, eu sei que a gente vai fazer um grande combate.
First time we fought was short notice, not only for me but for her as well, obviously, and we didn't necessarily have time to prepare for each other the way we'd liked. I'm in a great shape, I'm in great momentum. It's my fourth fight this year, and I feel like I've learned what I had to learn, and I'm ready to do this time around.
Other questions? If you have a question, raise your hand. We have back there, I believe, doing double duty, handling the camera. One thing about these fighters, ladies and gentlemen, they are active. The season started in May, and what a year it has been.
Larissa, Kayla's coming into this on quite the tear. It seems like a bit of a David and Goliath situation. How do you think this is going to go for you? Like, what do you feel like with that?
Eu sei que ela está num grande ritmo, né? Eu, apesar de ter passado um tempo parada, tenho grande experiência no meio do MMA. Então, eu me preparei onde eu falhei, né, na nossa primeira luta e fiquei pronta para nocautear ou finalizar ou defender quedas. Eu me preparei para tudo dessa vez.
I did not undermine Kayla in a single moment from the time we first fought to now. I know she's a great athlete, and I prepared myself. I adjusted what I had to adjust from the first fight to now, and it's going to be a different result this time around.
And Kayla, how would winning this compare to your gold medals? I mean, it's a different sport, but
Yeah, I mean, it's totally different. You know, I think you have to be a little bit crazy to do both, right? You train your whole life. You train 4 years for one day, and that's really what it's like here for this as well. It translates good for me because I'm used to being in a tournament system. I'm used to fighting a lot. I'm used to having a goal at the end of the tunnel, and using my skill to create my own destiny. So I love it here. I feel like the PFL is going to be my home for a long, long time. And, you know, winning 2 gold medals and being the first ever to do it for your country is kind of like, I mean, can you really top that? But I love the taste of gold. I haven't touched it since 2016, and this belt's going to be really special to me.
Other questions from the media. Eve Edwards, ladies and gentlemen, PFL commentator, also former fighter as well in the house. He has a question.
I have a question for Ray. Ray, you made it to the finals last year. Didn't go your way. At the beginning of the season, we asked you what changed for you. You said nothing. But you came out this season, and we saw you show your wrestling, show your ground game, implement that into your style. We also saw you show the savage that you can be with your striking. So which Ray are we going to see come Tuesday night?
Yeah, we were just working on me calming down a little bit. But all in all, my style didn't change, and I'm just gonna pick my shots better, and I'm still gonna fight the same. I'm gonna come at him, I'm gonna try to knock him out. So that's pretty much it.
Other questions from the media? Fighters are up here to answer your questions. Well, I have a question for David Michaud. David, for you, this is a guy, Ray Cooper III, this is his second time trying to go ahead and win the championship. For you, though, what are some things that you see that excites you? Because you like to mix it up. It's no stranger that that's what you enjoy. How pumped are you knowing that it's not going to be hard to find Ray Cooper III on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I'm fired up. You know, he's the guy that's going to come, get right in my face. I like to throw down. He likes to throw down. We both got pretty good wrestling, so we'll probably both throw some wrestling in. But this is definitely a fight that no one wants to miss. I don't think Ray's ever had a boring fight, and I've never had a boring fight, and everyone knows how it's going to go down Tuesday night.
Kayla, since fighting with, obviously you have the 2 gold medals, but have you seen, you know, the demand for media interviews? How do you handle that? Because everywhere we see you're doing interviews, you're doing talk shows, balancing your training with also handling all these media obligations and, you know, autographs with fans and just being very transparent and getting to know fans and the media as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a balance, but are you kidding me? I wake up every day and I can't believe that this is my life. You know, I'm living my best life. Cardi B and I, we know what's up. I'm very blessed and I'm truly humbled that people want to hear what I have to say, and I'm going to do the very best that I can to be a good role model, to be a great fighter, one of the greatest fighters ever, and to do it my way.
Another question from the media, I believe.
Yeah, for Lance, describe the challenge of fighting the same guy 3 times in the season. Do you think he's got you figured out?
I've dealt with this in wrestling. Growing up, I wrestled guys 5, 6 times. So fighting somebody 3 times in a short amount of time isn't any different. We're both going to make adjustments between the first fight to the second fight to the third fight or fourth. It doesn't matter what fight it is. It's each fight is unique to itself, no matter how many times you fought someone. Obviously, I'm going to make my own adjustments on things that I didn't like from the last fight or the very first time we fought, and he's going to make adjustments also. So there's nothing really frustrating about it. You take it how it's given.
This question is for Loik. You know, you're facing last year's champion in the lightweight division, Natan, and he's known for being really good at everywhere. How are you going to expose his weakness and get that belt and get your hand raised on December 31st?
ما تیاری خوب دیدم در این محاربه من میدونم که حریفی ما گریپلرش سخت لیکن از ما از او مقصد یگان کمبودی نداره ما میتونم چیز کنم هم در پارتر هم در مقصد در راستا جنگ کنم لیکن من برای من بهتر یک محاربه ذوق‌آور یعنی زریلش نمیخوام که نشون بدم با هم خاطر ما بسیارتر در استویکا جنگ میکنم ما دیدم با او را همش تماشا کردم برای ما این پرابلم نیست ما فکر میکنم که ما لیخکا آسان میگذارم ویا رحمت.
Thank you for your question. I know he's a tough opponent. I've seen his fights. I've seen his many fights, and I know he's most likely likes to do the grappling a lot. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem for me. I also can do the grappling and work on the ground, but I prefer, and I'm excited to show the more explosive fight. But if it goes to the ground, I'll take it as a ground. And so I'm ready for him and nothing else.
Could I also get Natan's answer for, how is he going to expose Loik since he's pretty unknown and just came up recently?
Natan, como você vai expor o jogo do Loik, considerando que ele tem sido bem explosivo aqui na PFL esse ano?
Eu acredito que com muita pressão, com o mesmo jogo que eu tenho mostrado nas minhas últimas lutas, e como eu fui o campeão no ano passado e fiz uma bela temporada nesse ano, com toda essa força, eu quero mostrar por que eu fui campeão e por que eu vou continuar sendo campeão.
Same way I proved it last year, being the champion, with my explosiveness, with my power, pressing forward with a whole lot of pressure. I'm going to keep on doing what I did last year and what I've done this year over the past 4 fights.
And one more question for Jared. You're a decorated wrestler, of course. One question for a lot of audiences: what if the bout becomes a boxing match in the cage? How are you going to use your wrestling and utilize your skills to beating, Isavius, who's very, very good on the ground as well?
Well, it's just like other people have said, every fight has their own challenges. This guy's an incredible athlete and had a really good career in wrestling as well. So I think it's going to be a battle of wills for me. Getting out there and doing whatever I have to win. But this is definitely a challenge. It's crazy when I look at this year and to think that I'm fighting an Olympian for the second time, and I fought a world champion this year, all in 1 year's time. That's pretty wild.
Alex, you mentioned that you feel like you've had the hardest run to the title. What was your reaction when you found out you'd be getting that shot?
Oh, man. So I was thrilled, to say the least. But I knew I was going to be the alternate right after the tournament. I just stayed ready, let my body heal up a little bit for a week or two, and then got straight back to work. But, yeah, I was thrilled, man.
All right, that'll do it for our Q&A. I will turn it over to the in-cage announcer for the PFL. Once again, here is Lillian Garcia.
Thank you, Ray, and thank you to all the fighters. Seriously, a big round of applause, because it took a lot to get up here. So big round of applause for all the fighters. Congratulations. So here it is. It's New Year's Eve. It is a lot of action that's going to be taking place, and a lot of emotion is going to be happening that night. We invite you at home, ESPN Plus right now, they're watching us live. Be a part of this. Come on out. If you're in the vicinity, you can come out to Madison Square Garden, the Hulu Theaters, where we're going to be taking all the action that night. And all you have to do is go to msg.com for your tickets. Some tickets are still available. Or you can also go to the Madison Square Garden box office. If you can't be here in person, then make sure you join us. It is all starting with the doors opening at 5:30, but 6 p.m. is the pre-show. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. And then, of course, the championship fights are going to be taking place on ESPN2 at 7 p.m. So all I have to say to wrap this all up is thank you to all of you for attending, and get fired up, because it's about to get real.
Now we're going to have the fighters pose off, so make sure to go ahead. You will see the fighters pose off. We will start off with our featherweight, our new fighter showcase. It'll be Brendan Loughnane and David Valente. We will have them pose off, and then we will move up to the light heavyweight division, featherweight, and then move on with the card. So right now we want Brendan Loughnane and David Valente to pose off the ceremonial stare down. And the fighters can go ahead and get up and get ready for their stare downs against their adversary. It is the PFL Championship 2019, and it all goes down on New Year's Eve, 7 o'clock Eastern only on ESPN2. We will allow the fighters to get up, and then they will face off. What a card from top to bottom. 6 champions will be crowned, $6 million given away, as we have David Valente and Brendan Loughnane will be first up to face off. Gentlemen.
Bothering me.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now we will have the light heavyweight championship, the number 1 seed, Emiliano Sordi, and the number 7 seed, Jordan Johnson. Can Sordi become a world champion for Argentina? Or will it be Jordan Johnson taking home the gold and the $1 million? Sordi and Johnson in the light heavyweight division. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now we have the featherweight championship. The number 1 seed, Lance Palmer, and Alex Gilpin, the number 4 seed. Lance Palmer looking to become a back-to-back champion within the PFL and take home yet another $1 million. Or will it be Alex Gilpin who will hand Palmer a defeat and take home that $1 million? Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now the lightweight championship of the number 1 seed, Natan Schultz and Loic Radzabov going head-to-head on Tuesday on New Year's Eve, the Hula Theater at MSG. Schultz and Radzabov colliding on Tuesday night, New Year's Eve, here in New York City. Now we have the heavyweight championship will be decided as the number 5 seed, Ali Asayev and Jared Rosholt squaring off. Rosholt, the decorated wrestler from Oklahoma State, going head-to-head against Asayev, the Olympian. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And now we'll move to the welterweight division. The welterweight championship will be decided as the number 4 seed, David Michaud, against the number 6 seed, last year's runner-up, Ray Cooper III. What a fight this is going to be. Cooper and Michaud for $1 million. Face out, guys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the women's lightweight championship, the number 2 seed, the 2-time gold medalist Kayla Harrison against Brazil's own Larissa Pacheco. They fought once before, Harrison getting a unanimous decision victory back in May. Face out, ladies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it on behalf of our entire staff. We look forward to seeing you at the weigh-in on Monday, then the fights on Tuesday. What a way to conclude 2019, the PFL Championship on the line at the theater at MSG.